finally managed to build myself a gaming desktop after 10 years of wanting to do so. I initially couldn't because I was traveling a bunch for work, so I opted for a gaming laptop, and then we had COVID hit, and there was a bunch of crypto mining stuff, so getting hardware was really hard, and I'd recently just moved to Canada at that time, and then I got married recently, so that kind of was also, budgetary reasons. But yeah, here we are, finally found the time, money, and effort to put together my own gaming PC, and I'm going to give you a super quick tour of it. So I went with the Fractal North walnut and black design with a mesh side panel because I didn't care about RGB, so I didn't opt for the glass side panel. And yeah, so that's the case I went with, and I really, really like it. I like it so much that I actually put it on top of my desktop rather than underneath, which was my initial plan. Excuse the peripherals plugged into the front. I need them for work, so it's easy for me to unplug and replug them in. I have a KVM switch coming, but it just hasn't arrived yet, so kind of having to deal with that manually at the moment. So yeah, let's get to the juicy goodies on the inside. That there is a ProArt GeForce RTX 4080 Super. I'm upgrading from a 3060 mobile GPU to this. It's fantastic. It's a massive upgrade. I barely scratched the surface with me messing around with it. I can't wait to kind of like really push it and see where it can go. That above it, while we're zoomed in here, is 2 sticks of 16GB T-Force DDR5 6000 megahertz RAM, which again, there are 4 slots on this motherboard, so plenty of space to upgrade into the future. As you can see, I went with air-cooled. That air cooler is on top of a Ryzen 7 7800X3D, a amazing CPU, again, massive upgrade for me. I went with air-cooled because I wasn't going to mess around with custom loops because I inevitably was going to pour water everywhere, and although maybe AIO could have given me a bit more thermal headroom, I feel like this air cooler is going to give me plenty. So this is the Deepcool Assassin 4 CPU air cooler in here, and I actually quite like the look of it as well. It looks pretty cool. I have a couple of extra fans in the front as well, and I can always add more to kind of get more airflow in here, but I think I've got plenty of thermal headroom, at least for the time being. There in the bottom is a 1000 watt power supply, and it's fully modular, 80 plus gold. Can't remember the brand of it off the top of my head. And then I guess the one part where people might be like, oh, why didn't you go for a more expensive version of it, is the motherboard. I went with the Gigabyte 650 Eagle ATX motherboard, mainly because there wasn't anything that I could see that a more expensive motherboard would offer. It has 2 M.2 slots, I'm only using one, so I've got plenty of room for upgrade. It has SATA connection, plenty of SATA connections. There are 2 sleds in here for 3.5 inch bays and 2.5 inch bay at the back as well, so plenty of space for me to upgrade storage. It has additional PCIe slots. Basically, there was nothing that I could see that I would need. So yeah, went with that. It was a good price, got a good deal on it, and yeah, here it is. Here is my gaming PC. I am super looking forward to testing it. I'll be streaming a bit more. I'll be making some more content now, and yeah, I'll hopefully see you in the comments.